This project explores a micro-scale segment of Alexandra Canal in Tempe, following a walking route from Tempe Station to Kendrick Park, the residential edge, and finally the airport-side industrial edge. This study asks how different waterfront edge conditions shape sensory experience, spatial perception, and relationships with water and country. The analysis draws on Gordon Cullen's townscape theory. Serial vision explains how space is revealed through movement. Place describes emotional qualities like openness or enclosure. Content refers to the materials, texture, and the details that give place character. Together, these concepts reveal how the canal unfolds as a sequence of contrasting experiences. To analyze the Alexandra Canal at microscale, I followed a sensory walking method aligned with Cullen's serial vision. Starting at the Tempe station, I walked through Kendrick Park and Residential Street, and finally the airport edge, documenting how the landscape changed as it unfolded. This allows me to analyze how edges changes as one moves from nature to residential to infrastructure environment. At Kendrick Park, the canal edge is open, soft, and highly accessible. The grassy slope and the tree canopy create a calm and welcoming atmosphere, where wind, water reflections, and bird activities provide a strong presence of country. This is where Cullen's idea of place is most evident. An environment that feels comfortable, spacious, and human-scaled. Natural textures like grass, bark, and water gives the park rich content, and the clear, unobstructed views makes this the most ecological and sensory alive segment of the entire route. Moving into the residential area, the relationship with the canal becomes more filtered. Houses sit back from the water, separated by the fences, gardens, and small retaining walls. The canal is visible but no longer reachable. Everyday elements, brick walls, letterboxes, planted verges from the domestic content of this zone. Sensory cues soften, less wind, quieter water, more human sounds. This creates a transitional place where country is still present but mediated by built form, representing the middle step into the townscape sequence. Approaching the airport, the edge transforms sharply into the controlled infrastructure landscape. Concrete walls, steel fencing, and aircraft noise dominate the experience. Here, the canal functions more as a service corridor than a public or ecological place. Natural textures disappear. This creates a place that feels exposed and restricted with almost no presence of country. The contrast with the park is dramatic, completing the townscape sequence from open and ecological to highly engineered and inclusionary. The presence of country also shifts, strong at Kendrick Park, filtered in residential streets, and spread near the airport. The sequence shows how built form can enable or restricted ecological life and sensory connection. New South Wales and local strategies emphasize restoring riparian habitats and creating continuous public access along the waterways, softening hard edges, improving walkability, and enhancing ecological corridors could reconnect these fragmented banks into a cohesive townscape experience. The Alexandria Canal is not a single place, but a sequence of places. Coulan's townscape series reveals how edge conditions shape perception and emotional experience, while Country Principles highlights shifting ecological presence. Understanding this sequence informs future design strategies that reconnect people, water, and country.